Good evening, guys, or good evening, guys. It's a 5:48 p.m. Today is April 12th, 2022. So I started doing the video again. I was on a break from April 8th through 11, so that's why I was not able to publish the video for last Friday and Thursday. But now I'm back in schedule, and today was a good day actually. The first trade of the day, and then it was a good trade. I just took only one trade today of the open. A few minutes I took a shorts in both ES and NQ, and that's it pretty much. I held it through entire day. After liquidating 70% of positions, I pretty much held it throughout the day, remaining 30%. But anyway, so this is the modified running note, right? So you can go through these things and understand what is going on a bigger picture wise, right? And this is the note for ES today. Overall, ES had established a big range, so we are trading within a balance. That means we can ideally favor both sides, and now we need to pay attention to levels, and then based on the real-time information we have to pick and choose whether to favor shorts or longs, right? Now that is the overall idea, right? But for today, below 44.26, I prefer to stick with sellers, right? Ideally, above 44.26, some buyers will be there, and you may choose to take reactionary long above that area, targeting yesterday's high, which is whatever that 54.62 area, or this, right? And also look for reactionary short in the same area after you take the profit, for the longs. So instead of taking longs of the open, I waited for this area, and then I took a short at 62 in ES, and 70% position I built out at 44.38, after 30 point down move. The remaining 30% I built out at 3 p.m. At the lower end anyway. So for NQ at the same time, I took the short at 14,259. That was our dream number, naked dream number from this one, from day before, from yesterday, right? So this area I used to short, same time with ES, and I built out around 14,140, 120 point or so, 70% position built out, 30% I close it at 3 p.m. whatever the lowest level at that time. So dream numbers are very powerful, and then these numbers also 946, 984, you can use this also to take a reactionary long only during the day, or shorts once it is broken down, So here I prefer sellers to keep it below 14,090, right? So price was trading above this area due to CPI. When I wrote this note, CPI news was not there, and then CPI news took these things, way higher, close to this area, 14,046, or I think it is, let me see, from 46, yes, see. So before CPI, this was a resistance, and then it just blew off from 46 and went higher, right? So the idea was below, I wanted to sellers to keep it below it, right? But now it was way above after CPI, right? So, and then NQ will try to go to yesterday's high or naked dream number, see? So that is where it went actually, and stop right there at 260, yesterday's naked dream number. That's where I choose to short, because now it was too much overextended, both in ES and NQ after CPI. So that's where I shorted after the opening few minutes, Russell, it is all about these levels, right? So Russell I did not bother to check today, so you can just read through it and see how it played out. Dow also I did not check. Crude I checked it roughly, and the idea was today was ping pong day between this range, and within that range above 96 you can favor longs, and crude actually held 96 and went higher today, all the way up to this area, so that is for crude. So today, so here, so right of the open, price just it was gapped up, right? And then buyers took control in after the CPI. See here, right here, See, price open right here, right? And then, but before that we had a CPI, right? So ideally price should have held it below this area. Okay, that is what we discuss in pre-market, around this area somewhere, but that was actually pre-market notes idea. Then during CPI price just flew up, like flew, it's like a going to moon kind of situation, and went straight into this area, so right this is the time 9 o'clock I was talking in voice or pre-market commentary. So I said this area, it's a good exhaustion point for buyers. At the same time, NQ was actually NQ was, what is it, right here into this rim number, and then it came down, right, after the open. So we didn't shorted it because it's a middle range, right, within the CPI range, right? You can't do anything but what I discuss in pre-market voice. So here this statement very carefully. What I discussed in the pre-market note was, since it's a CPI driven move, up move, buyers are there above this 160 at least, and backup is this 46. Yes, above 14 buyers are there, right? And then there are some sellers here also. So only way to trade this thing is avoid the middle, and then if it breaks below 160 you can even take a short in NQ, but you have to evaluate in real time what's going on. And then if it breaks out above this area completely, then you can take longs. Or third option would be fade the edges. That means if it price goes here you can short, if it goes here you can go long. Those are the ideas we discuss. Okay, so then I do not like to trade in the middle, right? So 160 I avoided it here, right? Instead of going long or short, I just avoided it because I didn't like price coming down right from here to come down here, right? It's just a morning opening price action. So I try to wait for NQ, ES, while NQ was doing this, right? ES, was trying to go higher, right? And then so both were in disconnect mode. Internals were super bullish today, right? So there is no need to fade right of the open. You have to wait for a price to pause into good area, right? Then what happened? Somebody bought it here as expected due to internals, right? And then price again went higher, right? Here it looks like it wants to go to moon, the way it broke out, right? Like breakout attempt right here, see? So in real time you won't see all this thing. In real time you are seeing up, down, up, right? Step up move, correct? Here also same thing. You can see it held this area, right? These levels, and then went higher, correct? But now there was a problem here. Even though internals were bullish, right? CPI already moved price so much. And then what happened of the open was just a carryover, like whoever missing buyers, whoever missed this move, right? They saw this an opportunity at the levels, at the pullback, right? And they just bought it up, right? And they were all holding and looking for a move, right? Whoever built out here, knowing this importance of the dream number or importance of this level, they got lucky for that long. Whoever did not bail out, they got screwed. Okay, so when price touched here, you can see it was straight into the dream number, right? So that was a fade idea, right? Remember I discussed already fade idea also. Here also same thing, without any pause, straight up into this, right? Is our pre-market note, does it say that we are super bullish right now? Look, see, does it say even here we are neutral bullish or bullish? No, right? So overall idea is neutral bearish price action, correct? And now in a neutral bearish situation, you are looking at this damn thing establishing stair step up after having couple of down days in exhaustion fashion. It is going to get exhausted. Somebody will short it because risk reward wise this is a good location to short. It's exchange area also, right? It's a magnet. That's why price came there and paused there. Second is there, right? Here you want to see slight pause and price goes higher, right? That is what you want to see here, and you want to see a strong buyers. But so I shorted right here at the first test, and then I was watching this, So only two things can happen, either it's going to go to moon or tank, simple. So I held my contract, and then here, yes, 62, right, straight up, and then again came down, right. So and then it never went back up. See my point? So I took the first shot right here, both of them together, and then I just trusted the levels at that point. And then in Discord we were talking around 950 or so, right, when I took this shot. I said 24-hour VWAP is lining up with morning low somehow, so this low, this VWAP was lining up here while price was here. Yes, same thing. So then I thought it may be a good attraction point for a price to come back down. All it needs to do is take out this 225 somewhere around here. That is the intraday level I gave them, in Discord. That if it goes below 225, there is a chance that it can come here. Yes, I said if it goes below 49, which is here, then it has a chance to test morning low, right? So since I was holding here, I was looking for these lows as a target. So I bailed out here, both of them, 70% position, right? And rest I just, break even stop, and I held it throughout the day. So now the problem was this shorting requires an experience here, right? So you had a level right here, right? So it's a level based short, but you need to know the context, what is going on, which I already explained in the pre-market voice, right? Last couple of down days, price gapping up, straight shooting into resistance, somebody is going to short based on the risk reward, regardless of the internals, So if internals were strong, price should not have paused here, like this fashion. It should have just gone up. Instead of coming down here, that was a problem. So you can short right here, when you see this down move, pop back up, you can short here at later on. Or you can wait for 49 to be taken out like this, and you can short here at this here, because then it was in line with my pre-market discussion, right, that below 49 it can go here. So you can short here, later on. Here also you can short below 225, right here, when it went below, right here, right, pop back up 25, you can short, target this, right. So that was my idea, right, as we discussed in pre-market. And then once price hit these things, right, 3 times, you can see it, 1, 2, 3 attempts, right, and momentum was not that weak. It was trying to hold below 0, but not that weak. AD was still holding well, right. So you do not want to do breakdown short because of these internals, right. You have to wait for a pullback. When this pullback happened at 49 again, right, at this time, based on this picture, right, you want to see price going up, not down. Instead, you can see price balanced, came down, right, pull back, you can short right here, so which is right here. See that? So I didn't show you a short here because we were done, right, after 11 we were done trading it. We don't want to trade within the range, right? So that's why I didn't show this short here, but this was a short, right? And at the time you can see it, momentum now plus 600, below 0 line, AD started trending down, right? All this thing was there, so short here, right? But it was in the middle of the range. So ES I usually avoid, taking shorts in the middle. NQ you have a luxury because it follows our levels nicely, right? So NQ you can see it. Once in the morning it went through all this level, but on the way down it respected all the levels. So you can see this blue line right here, see that, short here, down, right? This level respected in the morning 2 times, support, up, since it was responded this line once. It's the second time within a few minutes it went through it, but then it got stuck here, short, right? Then this VWAP short, then it went down, again came back up, right? Now this time it held it because it's an important blue line, right? Then it came down, turned this area into resistance, came down again, and then it's just flushed down, right? This was a dream number long here, see, 984, back to this line, see, and then you can even short here if you want to, level to level, and then price finally went to this 880, see, to the dot, held it, right? And here, see, I was looking for a short in this area, around 3 p.m. or right before 10 minutes back, and price did not come back up here. See, if price was here, I would have shorted it, like reactionary short, but it did not come there. So there is no short. That's why there is a circle here. If I wanted to see it's coming down exactly to the level. So those are the NQ shorts, possible shorts and targets. These are the ES shorts, right? So this one, after the first hour range was taken out, right, and when price pulled back, AD was down, right, momentum was there, you can short here, along with NQ right here, and then you can take a profit right here, and then you wait, because price was chopping around here, building a balance, right, but it was pointing to the downside based on the momentum in AD, right, because AD internals now started to give up, right. So you can hold it technically, but you know what, since you are late in the short, right, you want to take profit, at least take 50-60% off, and the remaining you can, you have to put the stop here. Otherwise, see here, if you put that stop here, you would have easily stopped out, and then price went down. See my point? So you rather take profit here since you are late in entry, and then wait. When this breakdown happen, you can go with the breakdown, right? But because of that CPI related bias, I said avoid breakdown trades, right? So you can't do anything here. But when price went to 4400 right here, right, which is here, see 44.15, right, which is, hold on, right here, right, when it went through it, this bold level CPI, right, CPI started from here. When it went through it, you can take a short right here, which is this. See how the level worked out now? Now you are ready to short below 44.26. See, this is 26 level. So you are ready to take short, right? And this is the trade I was talking about here, right? Or here. And then you hold on to, and in the intraday I said 44.82 to 80. This level is a max potential for ES, which is, you can see it, price came down right there and it's pause right there. That was the max potential I gave it right here when price was here, right? NQ max potential I gave 984 or 950, and it damn thing even went below it, but these are the good areas to cover it for the day if you are holding from the morning, So that's how the day played out today. See, internals were bullish today, totally today, super bullish, right, till I took the short, right? So every day is a different story. It's not something written in the stone that internals are strong bullish, then you cannot short. It's all about context, how the price is flowing across the board from last few days to today, and then you can decide, and that be all for today.